Framer has just dropped plugins, and they are an absolute game changer if you are building Framer websites. And there's so many cool plugins already available and so many more that are on the way, but I've already found my favorite plugin of all time, and that's the Notion plugin. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to get set up with the Notion plugin, how to connect your Notion databases to your Framer websites, and do a full-blown demo so you can start using the power of Notion inside of Framer. I'm building a simple little website here inside of Framer to track the books that I read each and every year. Why, you might ask? Because I'm a complete book nerd and I've been doing this for years. Over here in Notion, you can see I have a reading list page and it has 4 separate databases inside. I've been tracking my reading list since 2021. When you toggle one of these open, you can see the books that I'm currently reading that are on deck to be read, that have been read this year. You can see what the title is, what the priority is, who the author is. Again, I do all of this because I'm a nerd and I would love to share my nerdy bookness with you, but I don't want to spend the time managing 2 separate databases because I don't want to come into Framer and import everything in or type everything in manually. Now I have to maintain and manage 2 separate databases, and I just don't have time for that. I don't even want to do the thing where I export stuff out of Notion and then import it into Framer, because then I still have to manage 2 databases. But thankfully, the new Notion plugin has come to the rescue. My website actually is just a big title and a component here, and that component is basically just to allow me to toggle between the sections of currently reading, on deck, and completed. So now I just need to connect it to Notion and make the magic happen. I'm gonna come up here to the new plugins menu. I'm gonna click that, I'm gonna drop down, and you could go shop and browse for the plugins, but look, my Notion plugin is right there because I've recently used it, or I could just type in Notion at the top. Why don't we click Notion, and it's gonna make a new collection, and notice that it's specifically a Notion collection. We can call this reading list, just like so, and create. And now it's going to tell me that I need to connect. If you haven't connected in your project before, all it's going to have you do is go log into Notion, make that connection point, or head over to Notion and walk through the connection process. It's really, really simple to do. Once you've done that, you tell Notion which pages you want Framer to have access to. I've told it, have access to my reading lists. And you can see this is 21, 22. This is actually 2023 and 24. Let's just grab the most recent one and I'm gonna click next. Now we're gonna get to the mapping process. Mapping is really simple. We're taking all the rows, all the data, and figuring out which areas of our database do we want it to map to here inside of Framer. And it's done pretty much all the hard work. My slug field is gonna use the title, and the title is gonna go to title, status to status. Now my tags aren't gonna work because I don't have a multi-reference setup, but we could probably take care of that. For now, we're just gonna keep it pretty simple, and we're gonna import from our reading list database over in Notion. I'm gonna click that blue button, and I'm gonna let Framer do the work of syncing everything with Notion. And there it is, it's connected, and it's synced. That means when I update something in Notion, it's actually gonna sync its way back over here to Framer. So I only have to manage it in one place. Look at all of our beautiful data that we got here. This is fantastic. Now I can click on one of my entries and notice that I can't actually type. I can't change any of the details here. Why? Because all of that has been updated and it is maintained, like I said, over in Notion. Notice this is Wrath of Empire, and I have the word Jesse behind it. That's not actually the name of the book. Why don't we head over here and find that book really quickly, and we'll just come in here and remove that. And then I'm gonna come back to my database and just hit sync, and you'll notice that it just takes a quick second, but that the title and everything is updated. This is awesome because this means we can manage our blog or our catalog or our reading lists in this use case over in Notion. And all we have to do is just sync things here in Framer and everything stays up to date. Now what we have to do is connect things to our page, but we actually only have a static page. We need to create that CMS page. Why don't I just head up here and create new page, new CMS page, and you can see there it is, reading list. And we don't want the detail page, we want that index or that list page. So we're gonna click that and it's gonna create that new list page. You can see because when I head over to layers and open it up, open the content, you can see that I have that reading list right there. And that reading list is super stylable. Why don't we actually just grab that reading list? We can cheat this a little bit, come back over to Notion, and we can drill down on our component here. and we can just pop things in like so. You can see that we have all of those listings for our books that have popped up, and all we have to do is actually come in here and just bring this stack into that reading list like so. And now we have book, title, author. It's representing everything, right? Fantastic. Why don't we take this stuff out of here and we can come in and now just kind of update each of the individual fields. So for instance, this one is called the book title. So I'm just going to update that really quickly in the layers panel, and I'm going to connect the content. So I'll hit content, set variable, and why don't we go here to title? Boom, we got all of our content there. Next up, we have authors. So I'm just going to rename my layer here to make sure we're staying organized. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to hit content, set variable, give me the author, just display the option just like that. Love it. We need the priority. So again, priority like that. And we're going to hit content, set variable. We want that priority and just display option. Now we could convert things as they come in. We can say, hey, if it looks like this, say something else, but we're just going to keep it apples to apples with our Notion database. Last one is status. So let's just grab that and change the content and set that to our status like so. And then all we have to do is, because we have these multiple versions, we have primary current books on deck. You could imagine another one here being completed books with the interaction being changed there. We're just going to filter down a little bit. So why don't I come into the actual reading list? I'm going to come over to the CMS content and I'm going to filter and say, I want to match, and just choose anything where the status is equal to currently reading. Perfect. We get all of our current books, and then it's updated this one. We're going to just do a little change here. Not currently reading, but on deck for this one. And I already have the interaction happening. Now, when I press play on my prototype, I can actually click back and forth. I can scroll through my website, and all of this is synced and managed and maintained over in Notion. I don't have to do any of that database work here ever again. It's all happening in Notion. Well, that's it. That's how simple it is to connect your Notion databases to your Framer websites. There are tons of possibilities and opportunities here, and I can't wait for you to try it. Let me know what you're going to do with your Notion connections. Leave that down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I do lots of videos about design, development, Framer website building, just like this one. So ring that bell so you know when another video like this one comes out. I hope you're having an amazing week. I hope you're designing amazing things, making amazing things, and crushing your design game. We'll see you in the next one.